Okay, listen, thanks again for taking part of your Saturday, and I guess for Aussie and that way it's part of your Sunday out. Um, and thank you for joining us here. We got a beautiful day here today as we had yesterday, and it's our long weekend here in Canada, eh? So everybody goes to the beer store and everybody goes to the beach and they go to the woods, wrestle a few bears. You know how it is. Anyway, okay, well, we're rolling along here. Had a big meeting this morning with John, that's our webmaster. And anyway, we're really moving along with our website and really happy with it. We've got a few additions to the website and changes in that. It might not seem apparent on the outside, but open the brown wrapper and as the saying goes, and you'll start seeing some things happening. We're going to be having some cool things going on. One of them is that Asa, who is our translator, and she does what? Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, and French. So she's going to be our translator for that. She just couldn't sit still and decided that she wanted to, translate our whole site into Spanish. Oh, anyways, that eyes, eh? What a gal. So, yeah. So, anyways, we're going to be getting some international things in the next 30 days. It's going to take a week for us to research it, or John to research it. And then, these sites you go to, they got all the flags either on the top or they got the flags down the side or the bottom. And you get to choose which country you're from, and the site will be in your language. So we're looking into that, and we're not sure how effective that's going to be because we don't want to put something that's not translated correctly. So anyways, we're going to check that out, but in the meantime, I know that we're going to try and work with Asa to at least get the Latinos in, and because there's a lot of them that are signing up with her, and I guess she's got her hands full in trying to translate everything. So we appreciate that. Okay, let's take a look who's here. I'm hearing some pops here. We have 25 people. Not bad for a Saturday afternoon when everybody's got families and it's long weekends and everybody's, in Canada, we're just getting ready to go back to school here. And I know that in the States, a lot of people and their kids are already back to school. So Tuesday, everybody back to school. And then it's like we're back to normal then, right? Everybody's back to their job, and except us peeps. We're doing it right here. So, and we're working on Saturday. Can you believe that? So here we go. Okay, we got Aaron and Avi. We got Alex, Ann, Brian, Carter, Chad, Claude, Donna, Gary, Indrajit, John, Lily, Lisa, Luis, Michael, Mohammed, Neville, Nolina, Pickles, Rick and Ashley, Sharon, Susan, Tony, and Wanda. Okay, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the programs, especially the ones that we've just recently started, like Alert to Pay and Fast Cash Mega. I'm going to go through quick cash ads. Want to make some comments about that and show you a bit of the website and run from the website. So there we go. Okay, profit clicking. Now, I've already signed in, and if you haven't migrated yet, please migrate. Now, I don't know how many of you ever listened to Tom Dooley. He is on the, he's like a scam buster, and but he's got quite a large following. He has the major programs always contact him for him to tear their programs apart to make sure that they're compliant and that they're going to be good and all the rest. And but he had an interesting, we had some postings, some links put up. If anybody wanted to go and read that, read what his last thing was to do, and he was going on that he was talking about some of the other penny auction sites, etc. and he says, "Oh, I'm going to list you the top 4 and everything, and tell you which ones to get involved with." So he talks about the top 4, and then he says, "Now I'm going to tell you how many to get into or what to get into in order," and he goes, "None." Well, listen, I mean, old stuff. I mean, I've been talking for 2 months now that penny auction sites were, they weren't going to last. Everybody's always asked me about this one and that one, and I just said, I got a feeling like penny auction sites are not going to be around for much longer. And that's coming about right now. And that was months ago that we talked about it. Now, but his latest, as he got in, and again, a bit late, Tom, but anyways, just the same, a lot of people listen to you. And he was warning people not to get involved with JBP or profit clicking. And there was, he implied that there was a lot of people, when they can get their hands on their money, there's going to be a rush for the money to get their cash out. So that would be interesting to see what happens, because at the end of, it's not that they're going anywhere. He's just saying, okay, don't, get out your money, or try to get out as much as you can. As I said before, all I've said to you at any one time is to get your principal out, and that's the way we roll here. So again, in about another week, you can see it says 4 days. Okay, we were told at the end of the week, but 4 days from now, 7 hours, 49 minutes, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Okay, we won't get into that. But anyway, so that's, whatever. To get your principal out. So, I'm just going to show you here. I'm always bang up there, and I'm showing you transparency here. And this is my account. And let me grab my forever faithful, hello everybody. Okay, and you can see here, currently in my account, $548.85. Total profit to date, $56,125. Okay, and that started with $70. So now that's 2% and 1.5%. Yes, I've got referrals and referrals and that, but from September 22nd till now, which is almost a year now, that's not bad for a $70 investment of getting 56. Even if I had no referrals on that, that's $70. Total earnings to date, $19,626. Okay, so you can see that $70 have turned at 2% and 1.5% compounded to $19,626.30. That's pretty nice stuff. I mean, just for that kind of money going. So when we're talking about Alert to Pay, and we're talking about Fast Cash Mega, and a few others that you're getting like 3%, and I know like Alert to Pay has a 7%, and that, it's not going to hurt to start at even at that 3% secure one. And you can see what you can do. If I did just by myself $19,626 by compounding, add another percent to that, and as the saying goes, Bob's your uncle. Okay. Anyway, probably everybody's got a Bob for an uncle. Who knows? Pretty common name there. Okay, wanted to also, let's just go over a few things. This site is just about the same. Okay, and instead of calling them triplers, they're going to be ad packages, as you can see right here. And then you've got your referrals and your e-wallet or my wallet and your account and all the rest of the stuff. And there's your training center and sports center. Now, up in here, you got your level 1 upgrade, and you've got your level 2 and 3. I don't know if that's going or not, and but I don't think that I'll be going up to that. And down in here, you've got your traffic exchange, which you have to click like every week. You have to click 25 ads. Okay. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up, because they will be coming live and on here to run as always as of the end of the week, next week, coming. And as far as Carl's concerned, he thinks that this is going to go for the next 2 decades and 100 million people. Well, Carl, I wish you well on that. We don't agree with you here, but anyways, for those that are in, don't panic. Just get your principal out, and then whatever you plan to do, that's your right to do whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to show you that. And if you haven't migrated yet, please migrate over here. And you just have to go to your site, and when you click it, and you'll get a pop-up or a splash page, and it says click here, and then from there you go. And you have to make some other security things and all the rest, and then you're done. Okay? Okay, so let's head over to Passive Peeps, and this is our site here. We have over 400 Passive Peep members right now, and we've hardly done any SEO. So that's pretty good. Word's getting around. Not that we're even trying to get our word out there yet, but it just goes to show that Passive Peeps, as a rule, great people, and like attracts like, and many of them are coming in and having a great time in our Skype rooms and coming to webinars and that. So hats off to everyone that's making everyone else welcome here. And it's a big blessing that we have the people that we do have in here. So you can see, let's start up here with John's announcement here that we have a site here called Site Scoops. That used to be Kathy's Corner. She kind of didn't like the impression that she was selling jam out of her cupboards, although she says she does make preserves. But she said Site Scoops would be a lot better. So that's new. You just click on that, and you like here. Why not? Let's just click on it. And there's Kathy right there. There's our goddess right there of research and development. And boy, does she ever get the juice on people. I mean, if you got any dirt on you, look out. Because you can't hide from Kathy, that's for sure. Okay, and again, thank you to Kathy, Donna, and all the moderators in our Skype rooms. And we're going to bring you all in next week. Okay, all the staff that we have. We are starting next week. You're coming in here, and you're going to school. In other words, we got to get you caught up and updated with what's going on, and we're just trying to figure out what the best time would be. And we hope that everybody can make it, because we need you to start inputting and filling and, you know, sort of like to monitor, because we will be setting up next week. Okay, so that's that. Now, also, we had some members. Let me go back to home here. We had some members coming on saying that every time they went over here to members resources and they came down like this, the box would disappear. Okay, others said they'd hit member resources, they'd come down to here, and then they wouldn't get this side box here. Okay, so anyways, John is working on it. What you do is that you can go into, just click on member resources like that. Okay, and then you'll get this. Okay, and hey, that's working now, John. This morning that we could not get the side box going, but it is working now, and then you won't have any trouble. Okay, coming into there. Okay, great. John's working his butt off. Take another beer, John, and a bow. Okay. So people are saying that they never got their emails from their sponsors. The way it works is that when you come in and you come to Member Resources and David Lockwood Links, and you come in to, let's say, Join Alert to Pay application or Join Fast Cash Mega application, you go in, you fill it out, submit it, and I get it, and then I'm assigning you your sponsor, and when I click Submit, it should send you back your sponsor. You click on the sponsor's link, and then you join under them. You go to register or whatever, and you sign in under them. That's it. That's what the steps are. If you receive the email and there was no link there, then you need to write to John at Passive Peeps or get in the forum and tell us about that. I have copied and pasted a few of them and sent them along, but we always need to know if we got a little bug in there, so we can get it cleared up. John says that he's done it all right. I've seen in here Gary was one that hadn't received the sponsors' links, and I don't know when the last time you were on, Gary, but I've been through it a number of times to make sure that that they were all sent. John went through, he sent them a second and a third time. Once he corrected some things, we were having most of the issues were to do with Fast Cash Mega. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now let me go here. I want to just talk about an issue that I think it was E-Man brought up. If it wasn't E-Man, then it was Ed Burns. I'm not sure which one. I think it was E-Man, or maybe not. Anyway, we are going to be taking the link, okay, off of UWW, okay, right here. Okay, now, it's still here. We're still supporting it, only supporting it because we have members. We have peeps in there. What I mean, you see here, everyone has got a link here. Like this has got a link, that's got a link. Well, not yet, but that's got a link because it's changing. We're putting in the profit clicking slider in there, alert to pay as a slider, and all the rest. So when if somebody came in here and wanted to join a program under me, then they could just click. But most times we try to get them for at least alert to pay in Fast Cash. We want them to end up going in, getting the form, and then filling out that way. But as far as UWW right here, the link is taken off. Okay, I'm going to say, as I said 2 webinars ago, that we will still support it because there's a lot of people still in there. A lot of people are making money, etc., but they seem to be losing their customers or losing members by the droves right now. And I've watched my wife's account. She has over 10,000 subscriptions in there, and go from $900, and she's out right now. She's out of money, and I just refuse to continue to put more in. You know, something wrong with the system when that has to happen. You should be able to keep your profits, and you should be at a push, and you should at least, you know, have enough money coming in at that point when you have 10,000 subscriptions that you shouldn't have to pay $100 for 9 days in a row and watch it just disappear into thin air without receiving something. And so I don't know what their mistakes were that they made in the program or whatever, but so links are off. Going to recommend to everybody, don't bring anybody else in so you won't be losing your money or losing their money. And we have lots of other programs where they can put their money in and do very well in putting their money in there. Okay? So, oh, there we go. Let's go back to, let's go just back to the home here. I probably, no, you know what? Sorry about that, folks. Instead of going up at the top here and doing it, just going to use some of my links here and let it come up. And that will make it very easy to run through Passive Peeps. Okay, going to talk about daily profit always right now. The only thing I want to say here right now is, well, there's a couple of things. First thing is about Rick. Okay, so Rick's on the table today. Okay, and if those who don't know what that means, Rick is in open heart surgery. It was scheduled. He was keeping us up to date. He said a long time ago that he was going for minor surgery. And then he shared with us, he says, no, I'm actually going for open heart surgery. His surgeon wanted to do an emergency surgery on him when they found all this. And he just told them, he says, no, I've got things I got to do. Well, I'll tell you something. He wanted to make sure the site was stable and, you know, keep on working, you know, so his members were satisfied. And so he put it off, and he put it off for quite a few weeks. So he basically had a shortness of breath, etc. And, you know, I kept on saying to him, you know, slow down, Rick, wait until you have your operation and whatever. So he's on the table today. And let's send him prayers and well wishes. They only allowed him, he was in his bed, and he was only allowed to look at things people were sending, but he couldn't reply to posts, and he couldn't do a lot of things like that. So I gather the nurse had to come in to take his iPad from him, you know, whatever. So he'll be back, and then he'll be working on the payments, okay? But don't come in to the Skype rooms and say, well, when am I going to get my payment? Okay, you just know that he's going to get onto it. They're not going anywhere, so please, people, let's be patient. Okay, and that's that. Now, let me log into here. Being a bit of confusion here also, but I'm going to clear it up right now. You can compound. Man, I can't do two things at once. We can't, you can compound. I'm going to recommend also here, and there's the latest announcement. Please be informed I will be undergoing a heart surgery on the 1st of September 2012. We'll be back 6th or 7th of September 2012. Okay? So you know that. I just talked about that. Okay? Now, in this program, because people, we're not sure like when Rick's coming back, we're not sure how he's fixing the mass payment issue, what he's going to use, etc. I will recommend for here also is that it's better that you not sign up people in here until we're stable again. What I mean by stable is that we're all getting paid daily. Okay, not just a few, not just 300, 400, but I'm talking about everybody. When everybody's, putting requests in for withdrawals and they're receiving their money same day or within the 24-hour period, I would suggest that because you don't want to bring somebody new in here. They stick $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 in here, and then their money's sitting there, and they're not picking up their interest. Well, they can pick up their interest, but they're not getting it out, okay, to their processors. They're going to get a little worried, a little hot. Let's give them a positive experience here and wait until things are back to the way they were before we had all the issues and payments were paid on a regular basis. Okay, and once this is all cleared up, I believe we're going to our 4th program here. And that's supposed to be a very good program, not seen by anyone on the internet. It's not like anything else out there, and it has the potential of bringing $15,000 to $20,000 a month to everybody, and that will be welcomed for sure. So you'll be making about, I would say, $500 a day, and we're $500-600 a day on it, and that's pretty cool. So anyway, so that's that. Now, as you can see here, I'm sitting at $106,000. My pendings, I have like 26, 27 of them, and they're up to about 27,000 right now for my pendings. And commissions, it doesn't matter. Everybody just keep compounding. You can take some out if you want and just do you can see like a day and a half I've got 10,000. Now I'll just show you what I'm doing right now, because see, if I roll this all over and I buy 5 $2,000 shares, okay, so this is a good time to do this and explain this to everybody. If I roll this over and I just click on claim more shares, then I can buy 5 $2,000 shares right now. Then I'd come back and I'd buy 71 shares at 5% and put the $710 in. I'd be left with 610. Now, down the road, when my 70 days is finished, I have $10,000 coming off my active shares total, whatever that's going to be in 70 days. And I'm losing earning power of $10,716. And I've got to at least compensate that by a push by putting at least that much back in, or what I can do right now, so it's not that big of a hit, and I do this about 7 days of the month, is that I will come in and withdraw that. So since it's pending, I can still do that, and all I'm going to do is when I click my withdraw button, okay, you can see I come here to the cash part here, and what happens, I'm going to enter the amount of 10,716. Whoop. Okay, 10,716, and I'm going to select Solid Trust, because that's all they have right now. Now, what I have to do, I am going to pause screen sharing, and I'm going to pause recording, and get to the next step here for my transaction pin, so everybody doesn't have a personal invite into my bank account here. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so there we go. I got recording back on and screen sharing's back on, and I put my 5-digit transaction pin in there. And now what I'm going to do is let me just scroll down a bit and let me go withdraw. So I'm going to click on the withdraw button, and what's going to happen is that I ended up having $7,501 coming into my pending account. See, request pending? And yesterday or the day before it was 40,879 request pending, and at different amounts down there. So, you know, it's up probably over 30,000 in pending payments. Now, just like everybody else, I'm not special because Rick and I talk or I run a program or anything, and I want you all to see here that my first pending is, where's my first pending? Okay, why is this this way? Just hold on. Let me see if this is, oh, this reduces the screen. No, it doesn't. Funny. Okay, see, they've got, this is one issue here, but let me see here. I guess that's the 26th right there. Okay, so there it is there. See, July the 26th was my first pending. Okay, now I know some people have the 25th, and I had one on the 23rd, but so I haven't been paid either. Okay, so I don't want you to think that I'm getting paid, and that's why I sound so happy. I'm just happy anyway. Just to be alive, I guess. Anyway, so that's, I'm the same as everybody else, okay? So there's no preferential treatment here. Okay, now, my withdrawal request is being recorded. Now, I'm coming back into here, and you can see on my repurchase balance, I got $3,214.95 left. So I'm going to go claim more shares here, and I'm going to click, I can buy once 2,000 share, which I'll submit at this time, and I'm going to choose my cash repurchase balance, okay, and I'm going to click submit. Okay, and this comes back to the account here, and you can see that I've gone to $108,000. Now I'm going to click claim more shares again, and I'm going to buy a 6% share for the $1,000. And again, I'm going to use repurchase and click 1, submit, okay, okay. And we'll go back to the account, successfully purchased. And then now there's $214 left, so that's 21 shares. At the 5%, okay, I'm going to submit. Okay, I'm going to repurchase a balance. I'm going to put in 21, submit, and boom. Okay, and that's been successful always. So I've just transferred over $7,500 to my pending status, which would go to my processor at some time in my life. And hopefully. And others are in there, so I'm now at $109,000. And that's the way I'll do it. I'll do that for about 7 days to transfer the major bulk of that to a pending status. Okay, because now what happens is that $3,000 or $3,200 is going to fall off, not $10,000. Okay, so in those days that I'm having those, about 7 in a row, it's time for catch-ups, depending on where I am here. Okay, and that's why I do it. And I did it strategically at certain times per month, usually 7 days in a row, or 10 days even sometimes when I was at a smaller amount. Because down the road when it was 50, 60, 70 days and it expired, and then instead of getting large sums off, I had like $100 coming up, but at that point I was making like 600, 700, 800. So I was always gaining ground there. Okay, so that's the way I did this thing here, and it's worked out very well. So I'm just going to log out of this now, and now I'm going to go back because I'm running out of the Passive Peeps website. Okay, and we will have to go back. Oh no, I think I can. Yeah, let's go back. No, I know what I got to do. I go blink like that, and we're back here. Okay, so Wealth for All team, it is our only program right now that is paying, okay, on a regular basis. They're making a few changes. They've had an email come out to everybody that the maximum amount that people could start with is $2,900. And then there'll be a scheduling done where you can put a max of $10,000 in for a lifetime there. It doesn't mean that you can't keep growing. It's just saying that for your own personal deposits, it's $10,000. That's the way I understood their letter. And if I need to be corrected, then please somebody correct me. Additionally, they have a program called Genesis coming, and that Genesis is a program which is going to offer some products, etc., and going to be a good income earner, they're saying. They're not allowing us to do video. I have to be very careful what I say during my webinars, so that's why there's not much point in going in there, because then I got to edit it all out. But it's just basically that they're on top of things here, and being the only player in the game right now that's paying on a regular basis, it's a good program to be part of right now. Okay, so if you aren't in here, then please go to whoever you have your loyalty with, and we always want to keep this string of sponsor referrals, relationships together. So please, if you want to sign under somebody, you go ahead and sign under somebody. Okay? And that's basically all I'm going to say about Wealth for All Team. One other thing, they do use iPayout. And yes, we told Rick about it, and we're you know, iPayout's going flawlessly for them. They were the pioneer that brought that in. And you can do all kinds of stuff. You can go e-wallet to e-wallet. You can go e-wallet to credit card. I just got my platinum card from them and loaded up my card with some money that I had in there. Additionally, you can send a bank wire. So, example, I have a Nevada C Corp now, which is discussed every Thursday night on asset protection with Bridgeway Financial, but I do have my Nevada C Corp, and in fact talked to the banking representative today, you know, to set that up, and but he wanted to, like, I'm in Canada, so if he wanted me to send US dollars down, okay, for deposits. And so basically I just told him, I said, you know, the laws in most places now is that if you want to send your money to your bank account, so we deal in US funds, that's what we get paid in most of the programs, and then it goes into our processors in US funds. If I put it into my bank, it is converted, okay? I either have to convert it on Solid Trust Pay or Pays or something, or when it gets to my bank, it will be converted from US funds to Canadian funds. Now, if I was to send US funds from my bank account, now I've got to convert it back from Canadian to US funds. So you can see that there'd be a ton of fees additionally to that. So every processor provides a bank wire. Okay, so you're able to use your bank wire to send it to any bank that you have, US dollars to US dollars. Or if you're dealing in euros and you have a bank in euros, you can go euro to euro, etc. that way, and it saves you a bunch of fees. And remember, we've been talking about taxes a lot, and I know in Australia, Kathy was doing her taxes, so it must be time for taxes down there, or whatever. But I want to just give you one tip. I don't know much about taxes, but I'll tell you this. You're always going your expenses against your earnings. Okay, so when you're in your processors, those who think that they're going to hide and not have to claim it, well, surprise, you know, whatever you make around the world needs to be claimed. And if you think you can get away with it, well, you might for 1, 2, 3 years, but eventually going to pop up and bite you in the you-know-what. So you basically would be best right off the get-go to start talking to your accountant or go to Bridgeway, because, boy, they're smart cookies. They'll blow you right out of the water with their advice about asset protection. Okay, but what I'm saying is that it's always expenses against earnings. when you're in your processors, you know we're paying fees all over the place. So what you want to do, you want to go from January 1st into STP, Payza, iPay, go anywhere that you got money coming in and out of, and you're going to print off your monthly statements there, and you want to highlight, you want to first go to history before you print off, because it shows you your fees that you paid, and you want to highlight all your fees, add them up per month, and you can deduct those fees against your earnings. Okay, so that's really important, and they can add up. Okay, so that's really important for you to know when it comes to tax time. Okay, so that's Wealth for All team. So let's click on this one and go back here, and let me see. Okay, Golden Path. Again, I guess we're not. Oh, there we go. Okay, now Golden Path, as you know, they sent their programmer. It's not their main programmer in Russia, but they sent somebody from the shores of Australia. Okay, I think there was only one ship a month that leaves Australia, but just joking. Come on. Okay. Walk the plank, Dave. Anyway, it was just funny the way that he put it. But anyway, so he's over in Russia, and he's enjoying vodka as they work their way through the crack in the script. Once that's all done, they're coming back as a private club. Have no idea what they're planning to do. Okay, so it's a private club. They will be keeping us updated, but they said they'll be around forever, a long time, and a day, forever and a day. And I don't know what the plan is, but things will come back and supposedly be strong, and away we go. So that's all we got to say about Golden Path. We still support it, and we'll see when they come back how much money we're going to make, or how much money we have to spend. Okay, so that's Golden Path. Yes, we're going through this pretty quickly. Just covered. I just covered Unstoppable Whirlwind. Okay, so now in this case, I have these tabs up here, so I just want to go here. Now I'm going to talk about Alert Pay, Alert to Pay. Okay, this is a program that on Wednesday night last week we brought to the attention of all our members and said we're supporting these programs, and there's two of them. There is Alert to Pay and Fast Cash Mega. So we introduced them on Wednesday. Now we set it up, okay, in this instant of these two programs, not to walk on the toes of a relationship, and we did say that you can sign up with anybody, but we set it up that the staff signed up under myself, and then all the referrals that came in went under the staff, okay, that chose to come that way. Now, what you were doing is that you're supporting the staff, which works very hard, creating your website and also running your Skype rooms to keep you informed. Okay, there was quite a few people that thought this was not fair and everything, and I want you all to reconsider that the people around you are working very hard to make all this stay stable and happen, anywhere from Kathy doing her research, so we're into a good program, to Donna and Jan and Sharon and everybody else. Can't just sit and name everybody, but to run the Skype room and answer people's questions over and over and over again, the same things, and do it with a smile on their face. And not to mention, most importantly, John Randolph, who is our webmaster, and he's putting in 10-12 hours a day a lot of times, and well over 1,000 hours for this website. And anybody that's worked in the computer business knows that he's not making $10 an hour, folks. So in fact, I'm trying to help as much as I can here, but I pay for everything. So example, to give an example, okay, our Microsoft Live meeting, okay, to sign the contract to use their services was around $1,197 for the year. Okay, my pocket, Okay, well, that's okay, because I want this to be the best one. But that's just one of the many, many things that, you know, there's plugins, there's all kinds of stuff that we have to pay for, and I pay that. Okay, so the fact that I signed up for these two programs, the staff under me, in this program here, it's got a 10% commission, 5% first, 5% second level. Okay, so I make 5%. Okay, so I think it's up to about $190, and it's not going to buy everybody dinner, but it's going to help, you know, somewhat to go into the program and get what we need to get for our website. And same with the other program, which we're going to be there soon. Okay, so I want to go over this alert to pay. Kathy's done a lot of digging here, and I hope that, you know, Kathy, when she finds some time, because I know that she's got a bunch of stuff going on, that she'll, in her site scoop corner or blog, she's going to post everything that she found here. There's another promoter promoting this huge out there, but I just wanted to go over it for a sec here. And there's two programs in here. There's a $25 share giving you 7%, okay, 7% for 30 days, and you can withdraw daily. You can compound what you earn every day and buy more shares, which will be compounded additionally. They have email, 1,000 targeted members per daily, okay. Additionally, they have banner ads, text ads, compounding, as I just said. They say withdrawals to Eagle Pay. You can withdraw to Eagle Pay and to SDP. 100 credits per email clicked in your email inbox, 10 credits per banner and or text ads clicked, and 10% referral commissions 2 levels deep, which means 5%, 5%. And then they have another one, which is a 3% daily, okay, but that's not the one we're in here for. We're here for the 7% because it's a short-term plan. That 7%, as you know, in DPA multiplies so quickly for you, okay? And it can build you very, very nicely, even with $100. So it can get you up there very quickly. So they have the other one, though, 3% daily for 70 days. Okay, and same conditions as I just stated there. Okay, so you just have to keep on in there, and what you're going to do is you're going to compound, and just let me log in here for a sec, and we can show you a bit of that too. Okay, so here we are, and let's go over, this is the member overview, which is myself. So I've got a repurchase balance is showing of $16.75 here. And, you know, it shows me text ads that I can have. I don't even have time to do that kind of stuff. But they have a jackpot which isn't active right now. I can click it, but no jackpots available. And when you want to purchase a position, you click Purchase Positions, and what it does is that it shows you your total balance. Okay, so if I just bought another $25 position here, but if I wanted to go with the 3%, I could come back here and buy one $10 ad. See, and what you do, you just click on this and it shows one. That means I could buy one ad for $10. Okay, but I went up here and I clicked and I got 25. So that's the way that this works. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Okay, and if I want to compound profit margin, you can see here in compounding, here is my original, I put $300 in. So far, my earnings on this 300 is 105. Then my first repurchase of $25 has made 525. My next 25 is made 350. My next 25 $1.75, and that one I bought today. So you can see I'm 27th. I waited, and then I'm 29th, 30, 31st, 1st. So buying about one position a day right now, and soon it might get up to 2. Who knows? But it's a good little program. Now you can take out your money at any time. I did withdraw right from the very first day on the 27th, $16 from commissions, and I did that at nighttime. By the time I woke up in the morning, it was in my account. Okay, and a lot of other people will verify that they have received their money very quickly. Okay, so that's the first here. Now we'll talk later when we find out more stuff about the owners and that. But Kathy has dug enough to get them and etc. And we'll tell you more about what their plans are and what's going on probably on the Wednesday webinar, and we'll have more updates on that. So let's log out of here, and we're going to go over to Fast Cash Mega. Now, Fast Cash Mega, it just so happened, and we were so pleased about this, that when Kathy was doing her digging, she came across a name, and she said, "Oh, really? I know this guy. Being a longtime friend, an old friend, I'm going to dig up his email and give him a holler." So she did that, and it turned out to be him. And Kathy was just ecstatic about that because she knows that he is so focused on taking care of his members and working hard. He usually does small programs. This is probably his first bigger one that seems to be growing daily, like really huge. But he's really determined, to be there for his members, which is nice because and he welcomed us. He says, "Bring your team in, Kathy," and that it's a good place to stay. It's stable, sustainable. Now we're bringing you in here for the 3%, and you're saying, "Well, why, Dave?" And because first of all, many of you lost in Zeke, you lost in Royalty 7, you lost in Bitafly, you lost in a lot of things. And with JBP turning to profit clicking, and they're not out of hot water yet, they're still giving you 2% on the weekdays, 1.5%. But if you've made a lot of money there, we're offering this program here at 3%, where you're able to bring some of that cash in here and start making at this stable program 3% a day. So you're gaining at least 1%, if not 1.5% a day on the monies that you normally would be putting into those programs. So it's, again, diversification. And how does that work? It works because you've got your money spread around in many programs. I think we totaled 7 programs now. And what that does, if one goes down, we won't be totally destroyed. Because when you've lost all your money, you're out of the game, and we don't want that. Now, additionally, I'm going to repeat myself, and I don't care how many times I repeat it, but you got to get this in your heads, that the way that things run here in the passive Peeps, you have your choice to go against it or do your own plan, but you don't invest a lot of money into something. Okay, you're going to put a small amount in, you're going to compound it and build it, and then when you're double, triple, whatever it is, you're going to come back and you're going to start taking out your principal. Most programs that come on board, if they have structure and they have good admins, you're good for at least 6 months. Most times, at least 6 months. The first 3 months of it, you should have no problem in building. Example, alert to pay, their 7% program, when you put it into the HYP calculator that we received, it's a very good calculator, and maybe if somebody has it available, they could put it back into the box at the bottom, and you can play around with that, and you put in your term for 30 days at 7%, and you double your money, whatever you started with, in 11 days. Okay, so after 11 days, you've made double your money. Put 100, now you have 2 in there. Okay, but you don't need to take it out right away, but you can end up still compounding for, let's say, a month, and then you can pull out your 100. Now you're risk-free. 0 risk. That means your wife will not beat you up. She's not going to yell at you and scream, "Where's the money?" and you're just playing games and you're on dating sites and all the rest. Believe me, I went through that. I says, "No, I'm not, honey. I'm working hard for the family. It just doesn't look like it." As all the buttons and the dings and the cars are moving around in the game. But anyway, I went through 3 years of that anyway. So, but now, thank God that things are better. So, but anyway, so you know, the whole point is that you get your money out, your principal. Now you're risk free. You can sleep at night. You don't have to worry about losing, and then you develop in some kind of income stream. You can either use the 33% rule. That means that if you pull 33% out a day, you're still increasing your account by 67%, which is a healthy growth, okay, per day. Okay, and so that's good. So if you're taking 67% out of every program, and you're or 33% out cash-wise, and you got 67% growing, all your programs will be healthy. You'll have a nice income coming in per day, per week, per month, and you'll be happy campers. And we have a lot of happy campers here. Okay, so let's log in. And let's just go through this one again, because a new program usually takes 6-7 times of seeing things before you're actually going to know without hesitation what's going on. So let me just sign in here. And oh, who's Spirit Up? Well, that's me. That's branding. Okay. Did everybody turn their backs on this? Anyway. Okay. So computers run a little slow today. It's not going bang, 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 but it's coming. Come on. So anyways, this is a great program. Okay, so it offers a 3% solid in profit. Oh, no, don't tell me this. Okay. Let's just go back and try this again. Okay. Okay, we'll come back. Anyways, it has a solid 3% profit buy for 60 days. Okay, and but what you get is a bonus when you're taking money out. Now, first of all, when you sign it up, now we'll leave this up. Okay, but we're not talking about quick cash ads. We're talking about Fast Cash Mega. And I just want to tell you that the program itself 3%, but when you first sign up, it asks you to upgrade. There's a pop-up and it says you haven't upgraded yet. All we were asking you is to go to the cyclers where you would buy a $10 line, which is a $10 investment. And that upgrades you to be able to buy profit units. And then at that way, it's up to your discretion about how you want to start to put money in there. I have about, with the compounding and all the rest that I've got about $500 in there now. So I started with 300 and I'm already, I'm not counting, there's not too much in commissions, but I've cycled in the cyclers, and that brings you 300%. Okay, so I started with the $10 one, it cycled, I went to 30, which bought a $20 cycler. That $20 cycle has cycled, which is $60, and they put me in a $40. Okay, so now that $40 will make $120, and so on and so forth. So it's surprising, they're moving fast, but that's not why we're in. That's just a bonus. Each one pays you 300%. Okay, but I just take the money and I just put whatever, and when I get back into profit clicking, you know, that $500 you saw, I'll pull that out and I'll put it into Fast Cash Mega. And I'll put it in there at that 3% because it's going to replace some other investments, and I've already got set up and I'm in the other ones. So I want to be in ones that can continue to help me pay as another income stream. Just wanted to mention that they do have limits on what you can withdraw. And maximum withdrawal is $500. Okay, and that's all right. I don't mind that one bit. I mean, we've been in programs that started, oh, you can take out 9,000 a day, and you can take out 7,000, you can take out this and that, and that, and really, and then they run into problems. So they're very down to earth. $500 is going to give you 15,000 a month, and that's it. So when you're making that kind of money, Don't forget that 60 days passes at 3%, and again, you've matured that position. It will fall off the board, but all of the money that you've compounded with it, it continues to make for the 60 days. So every deposit you put in, you make it for 60 days. Okay, and that's what's so good about it. So you just don't lose it. It just falls off because it's mature. Okay, and then you continue on with the money that you made. So, but I'll take it out and I'll just keep. But when I reach a certain level, and if I'm only allowed to take out $500 a day, I'm certainly not going to continue compound until I'm up to 1,000 a day. Can't do it. You can put it into, and don't forget, when you're taking that out, 30% is going to go to your repurchase. It's the repurchase balance money that can only buy you cyclers. You don't buy more positions, you buy cyclers with it. So if you want to put the rest of your money and continue to compound, you can continue to buy cyclers, and that's another way. But again, you can only take out 500. So this way it controls everything. Okay, so it's a site that will give you a stable income. When you reach max, it's $500 a day, which is 15,000. Okay. Anyway, so that's that. Now, going to jump here to quick cash ads. Wednesday night they dropped. It's our good friend Tom, and he was telling me about this about a month ago. And, you know, I just mentioned it around here and there, and they said, oh, there might be a good program coming or whatnot. But then he kept saying, oh, I got delays with SDP and I got this and that. And that's fine. I mean, every program has got these delays. And so happens that, you know, I had a bad day Wednesday. I had to go to the doctors, and, you know, something that he did put my body into shock. So I walked out of there in shock, and my brain was mush. I was rushing to get set up. That was on Thursday night. Excuse me. It was on Thursday that that I came to do the webinar about this. My mind was just mush. But anyway, when he introduced all this stuff, I was just like, oh my God, I'm trying to get everything set up. And I didn't, you know, and I said to him, do you want me to announce this? You know, now this wasn't a program I needed to talk to anybody about. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, and the reason that I didn't mind introducing it right away without researching that, because he's part of the passive Peeps, and it was also that the way the structure of this is, there's no need, you know, because I'm going to explain what I mean by no need. Okay, it's a REVSHARE. Okay, and REVSHARE means is that they take your money, and each ad package is $1.50. Excuse me, it's $1.50. Everybody can afford it. Okay, everybody. They take $1.42 and they split it between the next 100 positions in the system and referral sponsors. Now, admin keeps only 8 cents. Okay, for site upkeep, admin team costs. So when the shares matures, you get $2. Okay, giving you a chance for new active shares to reach $2 faster. Now, so it's like tenths of cents and all the rest of this stuff. And I've been in some that you've got to buy $50 a share and $100 a share and all the rest. Now, the only flaw in a REVSHARE, you never know when the action stops. In other words, as soon as members stop purchasing, it slows down. If no new members come in, it slows down. Now, it's not the fault of the admin. This isn't like the cyclers, like in UWW or the Golden Path and that, because it runs a little differently than that. Okay? They don't even attempt to put in kind of any bonus positions, angel positions, whatever you want to call them. They don't even attempt to do that. It just runs off of when people are buying your advertising. It's $1.50 a piece. $1.42 is split between 100 people, so we're not looking at too much money there, and that's it. As soon as it slows down, the program's done and goes away. So no need. That's so simple. These REVSHAREs are so simple that, you know, he gave us an opportunity to come in early. So it was opening Friday morning. Yeah, that was right. It was opening Friday at noon, So Thursday night I introduced it. Okay, Thursday I was at the doctor, mush, brain, all the rest, in shock, exhausted, all the rest. Did the best I could, and to tell everybody, try to say, this is an opportunity to come in here and make a bit of money. Okay, it might buy you a case of beer, it might buy you some food for the table, pay that $40, $80, $100 bill, depending on what you started with for your phone or something. But it wasn't, this is not a long-term program. So he ran into some problems on Friday with STP and the IPN numbers and all the rest of this stuff. And but he was still accepting money with Liberty Reserve, but the STP was down, okay, for a little while. So that kind of slowed down purchases. Okay, so let me log in and let me show you. I'm going to tell you right now, I started and I bought, they come in packs of 50, but anywhere from $1.50 up to $50. So, or sorry, $75, it's 50 ads. So, anyway, so I bought 200. So I bought 4 packs of the $75, so that's $300, right? And that was on Thursday night. So as we got in early, I think a few others got in early, and let me show you what's happened since then. Okay, let me just log in. Okay. And here we go. Okay, so it's the site's nice. Like, the site's developed nicely. I like the look of it and everything. It's not hard to follow. But I'm going to just go to stats. Okay. So, now, what I did is I started with $300. Okay. Now, whenever you made any money, okay, I'm going to go over here. Whenever I made money that night, I would click on Purchase Package. And you can see here that they have, you can start off by going to Eagle Pay or Solid Trust, and you go to Purchase Ad Package, which I did, and you would just click on which one you wanted here. That they now have Perfect Money 2 added to that, and Liberty Reserve. And you would go and choose, there's your ad packs. Anywhere from $1.50, and as I scroll down to oh, now they have 100 ad package here. I guess that's depending on how much money you have in, but it was basically stuck at 75. Or sorry, 50. So they doubled the ad packages now, and you can spend $150 to buy 100 ad packages. Okay, so, and that's to accommodate people that wanted to roll their money over, like I am showing right here. I have an unpaid balance of $391.95. So I can right now click on this, and from my cash balance I can come down and I can buy 100 at 150. So I can buy 2 of these, so that's 200 ad packs, and I can then buy the 91. I would just scroll up to here to 91 or 90, and I could buy another 60. So I could buy 260 ad packs. Okay, so getting back to my stats though. Okay, you know, I just finished saying, you put your money in, build it, you know, accumulate some interest, get your money out, and then roll with the rest. So, right in here, I have $391 that I can take out right now, and I've only put in $300. Okay, so referral bonuses, $107. Okay, so I can take the $391, that gets my money out. I also have some a bit of a profit of $91, and then I can leave it, and I can wait until I have 628 total positions, and if each position is going to make me 50 cents, because when I go to manage positions right here, you can see I'm at $1.91 on 3 of these right now. Then I go $1.90, 89, 80, 87 as the pennies are added on. When that reaches $2, it falls off the board. Same with the rest of them. So by the time that they reach $2, and every one of my 628 positions reaches its $2, I just have to multiply that by 50 cents, and that's $314 profit. Now, mind you, I got to multiply that. I have to multiply that by $2 because that's what you get. So it's 628 multiplied by 2, which is $1,256, minus the money that I just took, that I will take out, which is $391.95. Okay, so and then the remaining money. Now don't forget I compounded. So when I say total amount paid, I kept putting it back in, was $492. So I started with 300 and 192. It just kept rolling. I kept putting it back in, putting it back in. So I only put 300. Have total shares purchased of 942. When the 628 positions complete at $2, I'll have 1,256. And you know what? For a rev share, I'm happy. Okay, I will leave $100 in here to keep compounding and take a little bit out here and there. And I'm going to recommend to everybody that to get your principals out. So when you have that unpaid balance, back up to where your what the original money that you put in, I would take out that money, or even before. Just take out some of your money there to get some of your money back, because there's no determining when this is going to come to a crawl, and then you're kind of sitting there. So, but it doesn't mean that you do something like I'm going to do, where I'm going to leave 100 in and I'm going to keep playing with the 100, and I can say I made $1,156. Okay, and that's good for a REVSHARE program. You didn't have it spelled right. Yes, I know, Carl. And then I corrected it, and I pressed it again, and it said that they were offline. I don't know if anybody else can get into that right now, but I would have to reboot my old computer, and you'd all be gone to bed by the time I finish that. So, 37 people on here. Okay, thanks, Sharon. 37 people still here. Thanks very much. I'll have this uploaded again in the video. Kathy, how are you doing? You're up really early. Okay. Yeah, but you see what happens, Kathy? Right now, I would end up, because it has that cookie in there, I would end up having a problem. So where do you go to ask about other programs that may be working? I was wondering about Ego Invest. Well, that's not one that we have in Passive Peeps that we're supporting right now. You can write Kathy and see if she knows anything about that. But Passive Peeps do not support that one, because that is an HYIP. Now, the difference between an HYIP and a normal passive program that we do, HYIP only deals with people's money. There's no product involved, not even advertising. So that's why they go down so quickly. As long as other people are coming in, then other people will be paid, which is the definition of a Ponzi. But if you have even a passive program that does advertising, and yes, it's the same thing. People are buying advertising, but it's that money that's going in to pay the people. Then right, unless they have other companies that they have where the advertising goes outside of the program, then it's really good. So, but Ego Invest is a HYIP. As Rick said, he would be going with paper checks. No, that was a suggestion that I mailed in, and for those that don't know about that, I did email Rick, and I'm always giving him suggestions. And I said to him, I said, Rick, why don't you go back to old school? And what I mean by that is that get a payroll clerk, get some software. There's tons of software to integrate from your program to the payroll program, and it only takes one person to run it and print off a series of checks. So everybody, and then mail it. Now, it can run specifically if a country, we can get a letter out there to them. Or it can run like eBay, where eBay gives you a selection. You can go with a courier, you can go with air, express, you can go with snail mail. And that way they could add up all the pendings of each person, write a check or cut a check and send it out. It might take 2 to 4 weeks to get it, but at least you get your money. Now that's to me, I think it was a good idea, And he said, yeah, okay, well, I'll think about that and whatnot. So we'll see what happens. But that's old school's worked for a long time for all the major Fortune 500 companies. A lot of them are doing internet deposits now for people, but a lot of them still are doing a payroll, and you get your check, or your check's deposited to your bank. So so that's one thing going on. So we won't bother Rick with any of that, and of course he won't be doing anything like that. PayPal's a disaster. Okay, the only reason is they do not have any tolerance for MLMs, HYPs, passive programs, etc. And that's why you don't see anybody with the PayPal symbol there. If you're product-based, it's different. So, example, when you're on ClickBank, etc., they offer PayPal because you're actually buying a product. Okay, and that's why PayPal is doing so well, because they make a fortune off of the companies that have products. Okay, so you can use them for that, but we don't. We're passive income. So they don't class advertising as a product. Okay, now any other questions? Now I have mentioned, and Mohammed's doing cartwheels right now, but I have mentioned that I'm trying to get our own exclusive program for the Passive Peeps. As many of you know, I've been a trader for 25 years and trying to integrate in a passive program and combine it with funding from Forex. So there's $4 trillion a day to be had in Forex, and I've been doing it for 25 years. So I am not going to be the trader, though. That is going to be somebody else, and they're very successful. But it's a matter of all the different SEC laws and all the rest of this stuff, and we cannot go forward with it until everything is definitive that we're not going to get into trouble. So it might take 3 weeks, it might take 4 weeks. It gets done when it gets done. But I'll tell you one thing, when it is done, it should be very lucrative to get in, exclusive to Peeps, and hopefully it will be transparent, because it will be up on this site called MyFXBook, which you can put an account up there, and you can go to it every day, and it has all the stats and the graphs and everything to show you how many percent were made, or how much per share, and all the rest of this stuff. So, so that's one of the things there that we're looking at. So I hope it comes to fruition. It all depends upon what laws that we can work with here. Okay. Okay. What else? Anything else here? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this recording. I'd like to thank everybody for coming here. Just let me stop the recording.